Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me here on the channel. We have a treat in store for you. A little surprise. Enjoy.
So the spirit of the Ubuntu story, there was in the early 1600s, there was an anthropologist that came to Africa. Was given a research grant similar to 1492 Christopher Columbus, when the Spain gave him money to explore the new frontier. This gentleman was a world-renowned anthropologist, and he wanted to figure out what the African mindset was all about, because at that time they wanted to experiment with trade, with what we call the 3 C's. It was civilization. They wanted to bring civilization to Africa. They wanted to bring commerce to Africa, and they wanted to bring Christianity, and that was the 3 C's. But in that spirit of that, they needed to understand the mindset of the typical African. And so they hired this world-renowned researcher to come here, and they wanted something different versus what they already were able to find in Egypt, what they read in their books, in their tablets. So when the gentleman got here, he was perplexed. The people were welcoming, they were kind, they lived up to the standard that everything that was said about the African was true. There was nothing more that he could take back as a researcher and say, wow, this is a defining moment in my research. So in his suitcase, Pleasantry knew that when he was going to the village, he needed to bring some sweets. So he brought some candies and anything that he could bring along. In his last night when he was in the village, he was still perplexed. Like, what? He felt like a failure. Like he has nothing new to contribute to the conversation or the discourse of the African personality and mindset. So he went into his bag. He wanted to say goodbye to the kids. And he said, look, I have some candy I want to give you. And he looked inside his bag. He realized he even had about 10 pieces. But the kids were far more than 10. And then the name Ghana, the eschatology of that word, it means warrior king. So the entire Ghana experience has been how people come together as warriors, as we expand together. It's always been together. So when he looked at the kids, one of the kids just stood out. And then among everyone, there's always a leader. So one of the kids just really stood out. And he realized, okay, maybe this is the guy he wants to use to figure out what's going to happen. So he called the kid and said, look, I don't have that much, but we're going to play a game with it to see how you guys would divide this candy. So the first person that gets there gets the candy, and they're going away. So he's thinking that this could be part of his hypothesis, is figure out now he's got to study. So he drew 2 lines, one starting line, then he found a tree and drew another line. And he told all the kids, I want you to line up here and then run and go pick up where I put the 10 candies along the extra line. Before he could do that, he did not understand the local language. So the guy that he saw that like a warrior kind of young kid, he saw something in him, got all the kids together in one circle, and he said, Ubuntu, Ubuntu, Ubuntu. And all the kids understood. They're like, oh, okay, we are in this. I am because you are, I am, you are because I am, in the spirit of one. That was it, Ubuntu, the spirit of one. So the anthropologist was just perplexed. So all the kids lined up straight on the line that he drew, the starting line. Then they all took their arms and went like this, where Martin Luther King and our fathers and mothers of the civil rights, we shall overcome when they lock. It's in our spirit. So they locked in arms, and they literally hopped together to the end of the line. And then when they got there, they saw the 10 candy. And they all looked at each other and said, you know what? We're going to share among ourselves equally. And then we're going to go back as if we all are one. And we are one. That man looked at them and said, that is the true African spirit, the spirit of Ubuntu. And then in his research, he said he learned something so magical from that experience. Because if one of them would have won, he would have taken all of them, and then he would have created enemies. So in the spirit of Ubuntu, we rise together, we fall together, and you are no better than me, I am no better than you. We are one.